So hey guys, welcome back to Born Traveller and welcome to Albania. Right, I'm in Durrës in Albania. It's basically the beach town that's closer to the capital city, Tirana. It's only a half an hour drive away, so I thought I'd base myself here and not only check out the beach town, but also the capital city. So for the next few videos, I'm going to be talking about how amazing Albania is and this little hidden gem that nobody knows about. Okay, let's get started. So basically this is the public beach. The beach is broken down into some parts that are resorts, and then there's a public part, which is this bit. But that doesn't mean that there aren't like apartments and restaurants on the public beach. So different to Batumi, it's a proper sand beach, this one, very flat. The water, again, like Batumi, is very calm. But we're on the Aegean Sea here, which is kind of like the opposite side to the east coast of Italy. As you can see by what people are wearing, it's not that warm today. If you're in the sun, it's not too bad actually, but it's only about 13-14 degrees. Certainly not for sunbathing. It's probably, to be honest, as a British person, I'd probably sunbathe in this weather, but I wouldn't recommend it. So the first thing we're going to do is get some food. I'm absolutely starving. I'm not eating this morning, so we're going to get a coffee and some Albanian food if we can. So I've got a margarita pizza, water and a coffee for less than $5. Isn't that amazing? So I was going to do this at the restaurant, but unfortunately they started playing music and it's probably got copyright on it, so I don't want to get a copyright against my YouTube channel. So this was the bill for that. So we've got one cafe, which was 70. That's for coffee, although that's just an espresso. One water, 70, and the margarita pizza was 300. Which comes to 440, which works out at around $4, which is pretty cheap really, isn't it? For a big pizza, as you saw, filled me. It's only margarita, but still. Coffee, okay, only espresso, but you know, still. And a water, which I think is pretty good really. So what you've also got to consider is, look at the location. You're on the beachfront here. These are the most expensive, what should be the most expensive cafes. So the value for money is amazing. Pizza, coffee and a water on the beachfront. I mean, that's fantastic, isn't it? I mean, I could come here almost every day if I wanted to, have lunch, no problem. That's well within my budget. I could come 3 times a day at that kind of price. So this is a Sunday out of season. You can see it's quite busy. The weather's kind of a bit iffy. You can see we've got black clouds that way, but then this way we've got blue clouds, so it's not bad. So let's look at the water, see how clean the water is. That is not bad, you know. That water is actually a lot cleaner than I expected to be. I've heard bad stories about the Albanian beaches, but actually, I really don't understand what they're talking about. This is quite clean. I would quite happily swim in that. If this was England, people who were swimming, I swear to God. It's about 14 degrees, so it's not cold. No, I've got a jumper on, but I think I could quite easily take this off, and if I'm walking, I could probably be alright. I mean, I'd be a bit chilly, but it's not as cold as kind of the Albanians are making out, which does suggest it gets very, very hot here in the summer. What amazes me is people could come here on holiday from England or France or Germany and could have a lovely time for half the price of anywhere in Europe. And it's really not that difficult. The airport to Tirana is only half an hour drive. It's only $25 by taxi, so it's not that expensive to get here. Hotels, well, a good hotel you could get here with like an apartment hotel for about $20 a night, so it really wouldn't be an expensive holiday. So it does look as well like they're trying to improve it. It looks like they're building a little restaurant here, I think. So there's definitely improvements going on. That looks like a nice place when it's finished. Obviously you guys know I bought an apartment in Batumi, and one of the reasons I wanted to come here was I wanted to compare what it was like. As you can see, that apart from the actual sand, it's very similar to Batumi. I mean, obviously the beachfront properties are a little bit closer. But having said that, the prices are not that much different. You can get an apartment here, it won't be one of these front ones, but you can get an apartment here for around 27 to 30,000 euros. Quite nice as well, actually. The one I'm stopping in, which I'll show you later, is quite nice. It's quite well built. Better quality than I thought they'd be. Right towards the end we've got the port, and that bit there is the city. And in another video I'm going to show you the actual Durrës city. This here is more like the beach town, and it just stretches all the way down here, and then basically there's another little city at the end as well. So an interesting question, on first impressions, which one do you prefer, guys? Do you prefer Batumi in Georgia, or do you prefer Durrës in Albania? Let me know in the comments what you think. Economically, Albania is very similar to Georgia. The biggest problem here is basically what they call brain drain. All the young people are basically leaving Albania, going working in Europe because they can earn more money. Whether they work illegally or legally, they can still earn more. As the same as in Georgia, the average salary here is only $300 or $400 a month. My hairdresser was saying that he basically earns about $300 or $400 a month, even though it's his own business. But his rental cost for the place is $1,200. So he was saying he has to do like 30 or 40 haircuts a day just to break even. So because of the economic woes here, it's not part of the European Union. It doesn't have any kind of like particular exports in terms of like raw materials, gold, or any like IT or any kind of like IT sector that's going to make a lot of money. There's no real, apart from tourism, there's nothing really here to attract people. So you might think, why didn't I base myself in the capital city? Well, it just made sense to come to the beach. I mean, I like the beach, and Tirana is only a 45 minute bus ride, which I'm going to go tomorrow. We're going to go into the city tomorrow and have a look around. So it just didn't make sense to spend more money on an apartment in the city when I'm only 40 minutes away, and I'm working quite a lot anyway at the moment, so it didn't really make sense to stay in the city just spending $200 more on accommodation. Albania nowadays is like the unknown gem of Europe. It's not part of the European Union, and the population here is very low. However, this region gets the same weather as basically southern Italy and northern Greece, so the weather here in the summer is absolutely gorgeous. It's pretty cold in the winter, but in the summer it's lovely. So you can tell that this place, even though it's really nice, it definitely does not get looked after as much as like Batumi. I mean, in Batumi you wouldn't have all this litter, and all this broken stuff wouldn't be here. Batumi's had quite a lot of investment, and that's quite annoying because the gate's shut. I can't go down to the pier. Ah, that's annoying. We can walk down here though. Why did we close that then? Maybe it's not safe. Yeah, nice view from this pier. Obviously down there we've got fishermen, we've got the docks, and then let's say Durrës city, and then more like the hotel beachy bit, and then it stretches all the way down there to the end. So if you're wondering what Albania is famous for, unfortunately Albania is famous for something that's not great. Apparently, I don't know if this is true or not, but on the grapevine, Albania is basically the gateway, the drug gateway to Europe. Basically the gangs here, the boats come in from South America, mainly Colombia, and then they are docked here, probably about docks over there. They come on shipping container, and then they are spread throughout Europe, mostly cocaine, for the European market, which is worth about $6 billion a year, which is quite a lot of money. These guys here are obviously getting set up. They're building it for the summer season. Quite interesting. I wonder what it's going to be. I don't know. So if you're asking my opinion of Albania so far, I've got a mixed opinion about it. It is very nice. The people are very friendly. Most people speak English here, by the way. Really nice. In terms of the cafes, the bars, not a problem. Most Albanians, pretty good English. Which doesn't surprise me, really, because of how many Albanians live in England. Their families would have come back, and most of the kids would be able to speak English. So, having experienced how many Albanians live in my country, I'm not surprised most Albanians here speak some kind of English. In the industries that you need them to, like hairdressers, shops, restaurants, taxis, they all speak English, which is really good. So I think we're going to go for a coffee here, guys, and I'll probably end the video there. So I think my apartment is there somewhere, if I've got it right. So I don't think I could pass up going for a coffee here. It looks really nice. The great thing about coffees here is they don't cost a lot. It's only like 50 cents. You don't get a lot, but it's pretty cool. This place is lovely, right on the beachfront. You've got tables all swooping all the way around. And yeah, very quiet, very nice. And this is right near my hotel. So I'll definitely come in here. Get some work done here as well. Fantastic. So I just ordered a Heineken. It was only, I don't know how much it's going to be. Heineken's here normally about $2, so yeah, it's not cheap, but it's not bad. So the sun's finally come out now. Look at this. Now, it's warm enough to sit out here, so it's not that cold. It's like maybe 15 degrees. Absolutely gorgeous. Got a beer, sun. Oh, look at that view. Look at this view. I mean, look at that. Okay guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification button, and I'll see you next time.